Welcome back to ITD212 Interactive Web Page Design. Once again, I'm Mr. Smith, your instructor. This will be your Adobe Muse assignment number 1. Last week you showed me that you have the Creative Cloud installed on your computer. Open up Adobe Muse, which you may have to install itself, and create a new site. You'll just click Create a New Site, and I'm not worried about the layout this week. It's going to be very simple, so just click OK on the initial layout that you're presented with by Muse. Then I want you to click down at the bottom of your screen on A Master, and then just type any phrase you want into the interface. Click on the letter T here for text, and click on the display. And then you'll have to create a box, and inside of that box, just type out whatever you're going to type out. And that's pretty much it for the design this week. And then from here, just click on File, and you're going to save the site. I'm not worried about the naming convention here. That'll be later when you name a folder. I'm just going to save it all to my desktop to make it easy for me to find these files. Once I've done that, I'll pull them all into one folder that I will show you. You'll also have the Muse file itself, but separate from the Muse file, you're also going to have the group of files created by exporting HTML. So you'll go click File, Export as HTML, and you will export to the folder that is pre-selected by your computer. Muse Export is what mine was called, and inside of that Muse Export folder you'll have these 5 items, 2 folders and 3 single files. Now, in the real world, what you would do is take those files that you exported from Muse by clicking on Export HTML, and then you will go to your server, like GoDaddy for example. You would open up your FTP file manager, and you have to pay GoDaddy to host those files for you on their computers. And you'll open up your file manager, and inside of that you would place those 5 items that were exported to your desktop. And once you had done that, you could go to whatever domain that you had purchased from your provider and open it up, and there you'll have the website that you created. Now, you're starting to see why it's important to be creative when you're creating something, because it's a pretty boring website. We'll get to that as we move on. What I need for you to do this week, though, is those 5 items that you get when you export HTML, I need you to share those with me. You'll see that if you want to look at your site without using a web service provider, all you need to do is go to the index.html document, double click on that, and open it with a browser, and you can take a look at it yourself. Chrome, Safari, doesn't matter. Then I want you to take those 5 items and I want you to put them in a folder and name that folder ITD212 and your last name. So for example, for me it would be ITD212 Smith. You're going to name the folder therein that. So it'll be a folder containing the 5 items named ITD212, your last name, and then I want you to compress or zip those files together, and you'll get a zip file that'll be named the same thing, ITD212, your last name. I want you to email me that zip file, because I can then unzip that file, go to the index.html file, and use that to open up your website. Here I'm going to use Google Chrome. There it is, and I can make sure that it works. So that's how you're going to turn in your work for me this week, by following along with this video, and I'll see you next time.